Scott writes, what to make of a girl asking about my dating life? Well, either she is interested in you and is curious, or she's asking for a friend, or maybe for like a daughter. So yeah, just take it as a sign of possibly a higher level of interest or a curiosity in you. Now, as far as your answer, you probably don't want to tell her straight up and be an open book about your dating life. And so you don't say like, "Oh, I'm dating this person," or "I'm," or whatever you're talking about, or "I'm not dating anyone." It's like you kind of want to leave that up as like a mystery. So it's like, well, I try to keep that pretty quiet or on the down low. Or you say something like, "Well, my dance card's full." Or I keep my dance card full, or I'm just dating and having a lot of fun. But you don't tell her like specifically, yes, I'm dating 3 women, this, or I'm not dating any women. It's like, because it's like if you're talking about you're dating way too many, it can sometimes be you rubbing that in her face. And then on the other side, if you're not dating anyone, she's like, well, this guy doesn't have options. And so it's like, maybe I'm not really interested in him in the first place. Um, and also women like to be in that kind of like romantic, almost like love story. They like to figure things out about you as time goes along. And so it's like one of their best skills is using words to find out information, find out truths, and find out like what you're feeling. And so they do that by usually testing indirectly or just kind of digging for information. And if you're just an open book, you basically take that skill they have, the necessity to using that skill away from them. And then it's not as fun, not as basically not like the romantic experience. And so that's why it's important to kind of maintain a little bit of that mystery sense and not give her just a straight up answer in questions like this. I saw a friend at a park last week for the first time in a while. We were sitting together at the bar and she asked me how my dating life was going. Fucking awesome. Both of us are single. So he didn't say something like that. He said, "Oh, I'm single. I'm not dating anyone," kind of approach. But you just take it as she might be interested in you. And so, hey, you say, "Oh, both of us are single." Well, let's change that. Why don't we go for drinks Friday night? What do you say? Is her asking me about my dating life an innocent question? Probably not. um, yeah, and you're writing this after the fact, so you didn't take any action on this opportunity, and that's going to basically, that's not a good way to go. It's like you'll probably still be okay, but it's like ideally you take action in situations right then when she's feeling those feelings towards you, because it's not guaranteed that she's going to feel like that the next time she's with you. It's just like you can't assume that her basically emotions or her feelings towards you stack up or accumulate. It's like a lot about how she's feeling in that particular moment. So that just goes to show that when the moment is right, then that's really when you have to take that action. And that comes from knowing, what signal she's giving you, and those basically knowing how to read her attraction level, because when her attraction level is there, she's really inviting you to make a move. And when that's the case, when you can read her attraction, it really eliminates that risk. Is her asking me about my dating life an innocent question, or do you think it was her probing to see if I'm single? Yeah, it's one of many things that basically suggests that she has some kind of interest in you. Um, I'd ask her out, but want to avoid the risk of making friendship weird. It's like, well, you want more than a friendship, and now you're in friendship right now. So that's not a good dynamic in the first place. Understand that. So if you want more for it, go for it, dude. Especially when she asks you questions like this. And when you do ask her out, don't be attached to the result. So the only way you're going to make this like weird in most cases, probably not all the cases, but in most cases, the only way you're going to basically wreck this friendship by asking her out is if you get all like fearful or like all embarrassed or so, "Oh, I'm so sorry," apologetic, and make it into a bigger deal than it is. Compared to if you ask her out, she says no, or I'm doing something else, or I've got somebody else in the picture, or whatever she says no about. Um, yeah. Then you should look at, okay, well, whatever, take care. and you have like, well, you're kind of lost attitude or you're not attached to that result, you're going to be just fine if you get her on a date or if you don't. It's cool with you either way. And if you give her that vibe and walk away, and then she's going to be like, okay, maybe I just missed an opportunity right there. And then she starts, when you give her that space and walk away completely and don't basically initiate any more contact after that, and you don't give her like weird vibes, like, oh, I'm not good enough vibes, then she's most likely going to start to like wonder about you. And when that happens, it's like, I got to find out more about this guy. So she reaches out to you and gives you another opportunity. When she reaches out, assume she wants to basically date you if you've already asked her out and she's basically declined you and now she's reaching out again. Assume that she wants to see you, and that's another opportunity to make a date. Make the date, be direct, decisive, have a plan, set it up a specific location and time, and then just show up on the date and have fun.